Going back to your childhood, or let's say the teen years, did you ever think that your future, maybe you would ever even hold a gun one day or even a rifle?
Why? First of all, at the time when I was like, at the time when a young boy would admire, say, military personnel, or we didn't have very, the guys who would, or the army we had then, was not a very attractive kind of army. It was mainly the Armeni's army.
Okay.
And those are the soldiers we grew up seeing. Yes, they were smart, they were in outlook, but the behavior was not very good. So they were not like role models to many of us. It was actually after the fall of Amin when the Tanzanians came in, and they came in with a different approach, and they were different in a way that they conducted themselves as men and women in uniform. That's when many of us got the interest in going into the military.
All right. So when can you say was that time when you started having interest? Would you say it was at that particular moment after having seen the Tanzanian, you know?
Yes, most so. It was...
How old were you then? Which year was that?
Oh, that was 1979.
What were you doing
I'd already finished my my agriculture course in Bukalas Agricultural College. And during the time when we were at the college, we had a lot of rough time with the Amin soldiers. And so when the Tanzanian soldiers came in, and then they brought a new feel to what the military is, you know, the way they were talking to people, the way they were approaching people, it was so attractive to many of us that when the calling came, when the new government came then, which was the UNLF government, when they called for educated, what the call was those people with good education were being encouraged to join the military. So when the calling came, that's when I joined the military, 1979. We left off and we went to Tanzania. We are 300 of us. Actually, the first crop of cadets to be recruited in the army after the fall of Idi Amin.
Okay.
And the idea behind that was to build a new crop of an army. So we went to Tanzania for training, where we spent about a year. Very, very, very rigorous training. We trained in that prestigious academy called Munduli Academy. It is one of the best training institutions for the Tanzanian military. So out of the 300, I think 208 of us qualified. 20 of us, I think, didn't make it. So we came back as second lieutenants.
Okay.
One peep, one star. Very big guys by then.
Do you still remember some of your friends at a time?
Oh, yes.
Those who were still alive?
Some of those who are still alive. One of them is Major Gen.Katumba. I think there is also Kano Kakuru, and the others, the Brigadier, Major General Mugume, and some others.
So are you trying to tell us you didn't even have any single doubt, because it comes with a lot of risks? Didn't you feel at that time that what if I join today and then the next day I'm killed?
No. What drove most of us was the urge to defend our country at that time. We felt that it was this was the moment. This was the moment for some of us to get involved in being part of the new army to build a new nation, in quotes, because quote and unquote, because that's after the 79 war, it was like a new dawn on Uganda, that a new nation was being born.
In 2007, he graduated from Kumba University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Relations and Diplomacy. Gen.Katumba Wamala who is one of the most disciplined army officers in Uganda's history, also holds a Master of Science degree in Strategic Leadership from the United States Army War College. This in addition to military qualifications from the following military schools: Uganda Military Academy, Tanzania Military Academy, a military academy in the Soviet Union, Nigerian Command and Staff College, United States Army Command and General Staff College, including United States Army War College.
What was your first taste?
Our first test?
Yes.
It was the recruitment day.
Tell us
and
about that.
I'll never forget that day. It was a requirement that everybody had to go back to his home area to be recruited. So I had to go back to the islands to get the letters which confirmed that I was a citizen born in that place. But the district then, which was running the Kalangala was not a district by then. It was under Masaka. So I had crossed to the mainland in Masaka to get recruited. And so the exercise started very early in the morning. And first we had to run practically the whole, from morning up to about 2.
Just running?
Running. And we had these Tanzanian instructors who were recruiting us. Just what you see here at Korolo when you're doing the recruitment, that's peanuts.
Really?
That's peanuts, yes, because we had about 6 guys. One would run, stop somewhere, another one takes over, like a fresh guy takes over, and we had to run throughout the whole of Masaka practically. And at that time, what was so challenging was that at that time, Masaka had just gone through the war. There was a lot of debris, war debris in the city, a lot of glasses, and yet we were all running in open, without shoes, in barefoot. And we really, I can tell you, we really ran. And nobody wanted to be left on the wayside. So it was like, yes, we after running, then we went through the oral interviews. There was a panel of about 6 or 7 people. There was Ugandans, and then some senior Tanzanian military officers. So you would enter, and then the panel would now take you through the questions, asking you about yourself, why would you want to join the army, blah, blah, blah. And questions would shoot on from every direction.
From every direction.
The person I remember who actually was behind that was, because then they were called governors. There were governors. That was a governor who was called Mr. Eddie Ruoa. I think he's still living. He was among the panelists who actually interviewed me for the job.
Oftentimes, when you're venturing into a new career path, you have objectives that probably I'm looking to achieve this, I'm looking to achieve this. Maybe I hope to get into this particular position. For you, what was it?
No, all I wanted was to be an officer in the military. That was
To what rank?
I didn't mind. I didn't mind what rank. All I wanted was to be an officer.
Really?
Yes, that was my driving factor.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be an officer.
So after getting there and you started climbing through one rank after another, did you feel like you wanted more?
Oh yeah, you see, when you get in these professions, eventually when it becomes your career, you want to reach the apex.
Okay.
That's everybody would want to do that.
Okay.
So
now
it's true. I to a certain stage I said, yeah, maybe one day.
So are you satisfied now with CDF?
Yes. I think I've put in my all in this career.
Okay.
I think I've done my best, and if it's about being satisfied with where I am, I'll say yes. I'm satisfied. If about being satisfied with what I've been able to deliver, yes, I am.
Katumba Wamala served as Commander of Land Forces in the UPDF from 2005 to 2013 before he ascended to his current position of Chief of Defense Forces in 2013. He also served as the Inspector General of Police of the Uganda Police Force, the highest rank in the police from 2001 to 2005. He was the first active UPDF soldier to serve as the head of the Uganda Police Force.
Now, what burden lies in the task that you have to protect the whole country.
What burden?
Yes.
When you realize that the safety of the people and their property of the whole country rests on your shoulders, it's quite a taking. It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility, and you feel you have to deliver on that, because it's a trust. It is trust which, especially the commander-in-chief has put in you to give you that kind of responsibility. So it's quite a load, to say the least. And that's why many times in this kind of work, even family at times it's like relegated.
Exactly.
Family affairs are kind of relegated,
because that's where I was coming.
Nation demands take center stage and take priority over family.
Because we can only imagine the hours you spend away from home, at times the months or even years that you have to spend away from home.
That's true.
So we're wondering if you've even had another life away from the army.
Yes, we do. One thing which I can say is that credit goes to most of our wives, wives of those guys in military in the uniform, because many times they're actually on their own with their families than when we the men are not in the home, and so their contributions to our success in the career, we highly value them. We highly value it, and it's not that every time we're in operations. Whenever we get time to be with our families, we value that time, and we really take advantage of it.